All right, y'all. So we are going to talk about perimenopause and how ghetto it is here. Because what? So, been wanting to do this video for a while, but I've been hesitant for several reasons. Here we are. So I wanted to talk about what my PCP talked about, told me the tips and tricks that she gave me on dealing with perimenopause, but also just ways that we can get through this, because I was not prepared. Like, I was not prepared for what comes with this. And even though I knew it's a part of life, I just did not expect it to come when it did, right? It made me feel like a ball of emotions, really, a ball of emotions. And so I do want to encourage you not to deal with it by yourself. I want to encourage you to make sure that you seek help if you need it. If you have some thoughts that you don't typically have, make sure you see somebody about that, because whether we realize it or not, hormonal fluctuations really can trigger our mental process, mental thoughts, our mindset. So don't play around with it. Get the help if you need it, okay? Definitely seek therapy. Make sure you talk to your PCP. Get your lab work done. We need to find out about the internal things going on. We might look good on the outside, but the insides, we don't know what's going on in there unless we get blood work, get our cholesterol checked, get our blood pressure checked, things like that. So don't play around with it. I want to say that first of all. So for me, I needed something tangible, something that showed me like something is off, something's not right. And until that actually happened, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I literally just felt like I was losing my mind. And that's important, to make sure that you have someone you can talk to, have a therapist you can reach out to, have really close friends that you can talk to about all the things, friends, spouse. If you're a woman, I would highly recommend it be a woman that you talk to. Men do not get it. They do not get it. And sometimes maybe you do have a man in your life who understands, but in most cases, it's foreign to them. We barely know enough of the information, right? So we can't expect them to know. So make sure you have somebody in your life that you can talk to. But the point in this video is I want to share with you the tips that my PCP shared with me, so that when you, or if you are going through this, that you feel like you have some resources, okay? I don't want anyone to feel like they have to go through this alone, all right? The first thing she told me when she discovered that I was in fact in perimenopause was to give myself some grace. She said, make sure that you take it easy on yourself. Like, this is a new phase in life. Haven't been here before. Hormone levels are shifting like crazy, and the body is doing things that it's never done before, right? One of the things my body did was decided that it wanted to gain 20 pounds, right? Like, why would you do that to me? So, body gained 20 pounds. It wasn't instantly, like, it happened over time. I could tell that it was happening because I kind of, I know my body pretty well, so I could tell it was happening. I just couldn't tell why. So give yourself some grace in this instance, right? Take it easy. I know that the body is doing what it's supposed to do, and it may not be a fun process, but it is what it is. So be gentle with yourself. And so I took that to heart, because I was really, really hard on myself, because I didn't understand what was happening, right? It did not make sense to me until we got those results in from the blood work. So that was one thing. Next was to make sure I stayed active. She said, make sure you stay active. That's going to help with your stress levels. It's going to help with your weight gain, or the lack thereof, to help prevent from gaining too much weight. And she also mentioned that once the body decides that it's no longer, once I finally get through perimenopause and enter into menopause, the hormones will they will level out. They won't be fluctuating as much, and then my body will go back to normal. So I'll lose the 20 pounds that I've gained if I continue to stay active and continue to eat the way that I typically eat. I eat a lot of whole foods, nutrient dense foods. And so she's like, make sure you continue doing that because the body will go back to normal eventually. Right? So stay active. Another thing she said was that perimenopause can last for 7 to 8 years. Why would it last that long? Like, that is ridiculous. Like, to know that I could possibly be going through this for up to 8 years is crazy, because this is not fun, like, at all. Like, the mental struggles that come with this is crazy. Like, I'm glad I'm self-aware, because there was a point in time where I used the D word, in describing myself before I knew what was going on. I never use those words. I'm very intentional about the words that I use, especially when I'm speaking them out, and about myself and other people. I'm very intentional about how I use words and what I say out loud, right? So immediately when I said that, I was like, oh, something's wrong, right? I can't be going through life for 8 years with that kind of attitude. Luckily, when I mentioned that word, I quickly corrected myself, like, wait, no, that's not what I mean, right? That's not what I mean. That is not where I am in life, right? So know that the mental battles that come with this is crazy. And to think that I might have to go through that for 8 years is not okay. That is why I say make sure you have a PCP or a therapist that you can speak to, or friends that you can talk to, so that you can get through this. Because I knew that those were not my thoughts. I don't think like that. I don't talk like that. So I knew something was off. So yes, it can go on for 7 to 8 years. I've even seen in some places that it can last up to 10 years. So just know that you're gonna have to strap your boots. There's gonna be a journey. It may not be that easy. It's not gonna be easy, but it doesn't last forever. That's the beauty of it. It won't last forever. All right. Another thing she said was some ways that you can get some relief. So I'm a natural girly. I don't really like to take a bunch of pills and potions and stuff like that as far as quick fixers, right? I like my body to do what it needs to do. So I'm not necessarily into some of those things that can be used, right? To each his own. So some of the natural things that she told me that I could use was black cohosh for the hot flashes, and then for calming my nerves and calming myself down, because it gets bad. It gets really bad. So for that, she mentioned that you can use ashwagandha. And so I've used ashwagandha in the past, and not even frequently. I used it just because it was a buzz thing, and I tried it. And it does really make you feel mellow. It wasn't something that I needed. Like, I wasn't going through anything to need that, so I did not continue taking it. So that is something that I would highly recommend taking if you need to calm yourself down, help you sleep at night, things like that. So I might be going back to that, because I've been having trouble with sleeping as well lately. I've never had issues with that, but I'm having issues with that now. So ashwagandha for calming yourself down, calming your nerves, helping with your mood, and black cohosh for hot flashes. Speaking of hot flashes, yeah, I was having night sweats, and I did not realize that it was because I was going through perimenopause. I literally thought that it was because of the blanket that I sleep with at night. Like, I love this particular blanket. It's like a really soft, warm blanket. I don't know how to describe the material right now, but I love it, and it's very warm. And I just assumed that it was due to that, but no. Your girl was going through perimenopause and didn't even have a clue. Sounds like one of my kids is coming. So just know, if you have a night sweats, it might be because you're going through perimenopause. But next, and I kind of touched on it already, make sure you get some support, right? Talked about having a PCP, talked about making sure you have a friend or a therapist that you can call on when you're going through these things, because it is very important not to go through this by yourself, okay? There's plenty of resources out there for us, and it is important for us to utilize them, but also utilize the people in your life, okay? You don't have to go through this alone. The more information that I get, I will try to share it as well. But we're going to get through this. Even if it takes 8 years, we're going to get through this, all right? So as I get more information, I will share it. And I appreciate you if you would share any information your PCP gave you, your mom gave you, your sister gave you. We're going to be like a little sisterhood and help each other out, all right? So leave them in the comments, whatever I might have missed. And that's all I got for now. All right. Take care, y'all. Bye.